This is Ruben once again with Philosophy. If you've watched any of my past videos, thank you. I would like to ask you to please subscribe to the channel. Please comment on the videos. If you like the videos, if you got anything of them, that would be greatly appreciated. Today I want to talk about what is the best way to learn this information that we're teaching here in philosophy through all these videos. What is the best way to really learn this information? Or really any information. What is the best way to really learn any information? From any subject, it could be any subject at all. The main thing here is learning. What is the best way to learn this information? It was very simple. The best way to learn this information is by teaching it. When you teach something, your brain is so active. The neural pathways are, on fire, if you want to put it in that sense. And not only that, but you're creating new neural pathways. And it goes deeper and deeper than that, which I cannot go into at this moment. But it goes deeper and deeper than that. That is why the best way to learn anything is by teaching it. But the points I want to talk about today is, one, the neural pathways that you've already constructed in your brain. Not only are they being stimulated, in very in rapid ways and in powerful ways, that they're being, it's like exercising, right? It's like working out. When you work out a lot, the more you work out and the harder you work out, safely, the faster your results will come. Same thing here. It's you're stimulating those neural pathways so they get ingrained much deeper. Not only that, but you're creating new neural pathways. So the access to this information, since you're creating new neural pathways, like creating more roads. When before there was just one road to get to that destination, well, now there's many roads. Now you can take shortcuts. It's easier for you to find your way, and it's faster for you to find your way into that destination. In this case is that concept that you're learning. When you're creating new neural pathways, the access that the access that you have to that information, it's much efficient, it's much better, you'll get there faster. That is why, the best way to learn anything is by teaching it, because you're stimulating your brain so much that you have no other choice than to really ingrain yourself in that information. And not only that, but you're actually creating the whole thing in your mind. You're using your imagination. It's like the video where we talked about reading, how reading is so important, because and so beneficial whenever you're learning information, is because you're creating the whole process. As for example, in TV or video, you're given the information, right? You're given the image. You're given the image. For example, if you watch a documentary, other than reading a book, the images are given to you. But when you're reading a book, or you're listening to an audio, watching a video like this, which is just me talking, you're using your imagination, you're engaging in it, so you're creating the whole process, you're creating the images in your mind. Does the information really ingrains in you because you're creating it? And that's something that we will go into much deeper as time goes on. But you're creating the information in your mind, and it's the creation process that really, you know, hits and really ingrain the information because you're creating it. You know, you creating the for any time you create something, you know it. You know, that is why we could talk about all these concepts. And yes, you'll get the concepts if you keep going over them over and over again. But you will get it. Like you will know this information once you start experiencing it in your life. Once you start doing it in your life and it becomes a part of you, you start doing it, you're acting on it. That is when it comes into form and you get the beautiful results that you want. So what is the best way to learn this information? By teaching. By teaching. Now, right now, you may not know this information very well, and that's okay. And many people love being a teacher. They love to express and share their knowledge. But most of the time, the issue is that they're not to that level where they should be teaching it to others. They're in the level where they know some good information, but they still have all the old wrong information that they had before. So it's like, uh, muddled water, you know, dirty water. Their water is muddled, it's in mud. So, they'll integrate that old bad information with this new good information and muddle up the whole water. You see what I'm saying? So who do you teach it to? Well, you teach it to yourself and you could teach it to others. But at the beginning, you teach it to yourself. You teach it to yourself. And how do you teach it to yourself? Well, by listening to audios, watching these videos, reading books. You teach it to yourself, or you start talking to yourself. You start um, speaking it out loud and saying, "Well, look, Ruben, now I'm going over this. This is what this is, and this and so on." You teach it to yourself. Pretend you're still. Or you could just pretend that you're teaching a class. Just imaginary people. You could just pretend you're teaching something. And that's a great way. And once you get it, then once it starts being applied in your life and in your real life, then you can start teaching it to others freely because you know the information. And how do you know it? Because you're doing it. So what is the best way to learn this information or any information? By teaching it. And who do you teach it to? You teach it to yourself, and you teach it to others. But at the beginning, you teach it to yourself first. Okay? Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please comment on the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Thank you.